everyone, I'm Jason Costantini from TAWF, Team Arm Wrestling Federation, and MAC, Major Arm Wrestling Championships. Today we are going to go over the rules of how a match starts, what constitutes a foul, and how you win a match.
All right, everyone, this is the MAC Arm Wrestling Table by Major Arm Wrestling Championships. It consists of centered elbow pads that have a 10-inch by 9.5-inch playing surface, surrounded by a 1-inch red border considered the warning zone. There is a 2-inch circle in the center that signifies the neutral zone of the table, and the elbow pads are compressed by 3/4 of an inch. The pin pads are 3 inches from the middle pad circle.
On that screen for us at the end, so you can see it. But next we will bring the girls up.
Elbows down, palms together. Back a bit. Webbing is even. Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Stop. One foul. Covering the knuckle.
Covering your opponent's thumb knuckle is a foul.
Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Go. Stop. Foul. Early start.
Any movement off center or bending of the wrist before go is a foul.
Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Go. Warning, warning.
Why?
The red border is a warning zone. You're allowed to touch it, but if you ride on top of it, you will be given a warning and told to get back on the playing surface. Once back on the playing surface, the match is live. But if you repeat this and get a second warning, it is a stop foul. All fouls are stop fouls. If you clear the border completely or fail to correct the warning, it is a foul.
Close your hands. Warning, warning.
Lifting your elbow is not a foul until it clears the 3/4 inch direction. Then the ref will call a foul.
Elbow foul. Close your hands. Stop. Elbow foul. Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Go. Stop, stop. Shoulder foul.
All right, sorry about all these technical difficulties. This is not
Hold your
usually
hand.
how I do a live stream, so I'm a little foreign right now, and it's catching me off guard. I apologize. But we are live, and
Shoulder
we are
foul.
going to bring the girls up. So if I can get the 3 girls from Montreal on
Close
this
your
side of the
thumbs.
table,
Close your
and
hands.
the
Go.
3 girls from Toronto on this side of the table.
Hey.
And we'll start lightest to heaviest and just introduce and go through everybody.
Peg foul.
Yeah, so Montreal on this side,
thumbs.
Toronto on
Close
this
your hands.
side.
Go. Stop.
Just stand at the
A
table.
pin is when any part of the hand from the wrist to the fingertips touches the pad.
Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Go.
A pin can also occur if the hand breaks the pin line on your.
Thank you, man. All right, so yes, again, thank you everybody for being here. These are the ladies of the Team Arm Wrestling Federation. We have Kiri, Isabella, and Tiffany representing Montreal, and we have Itty, Juliana, and Danica representing Toronto. So as I said earlier, the way it's going to go is the girls are going to have the same match 4 times in a row. So Kiri and Itty are the first match. All the matches are left-handed for this game, and that's just because of how it was agreed upon. So again, this is more super match style in the sense that they're only going to be going against each other, and it was predetermined what arm they were going to compete on and everything. But because we're going to go back to back and use the point system, it creates the team format that way. So I know Itty and Kiri have pulled before, and we had you guys on the podcast and we talked a little bit. But Kiri, do you want to give us a little intro about yourself and just tell us what you're looking forward to or expecting in the match?
Hey, I'm Carrie. I've been pulling for probably about 5 years now. My first tournament was an Ottawa Valley High Hookers tournament, and my second was a provincials, and I placed second. So I'm pretty interested in this match. I like the idea of coming up fresh pretty much every time, each round. So I get to see what I'm capable of, especially against Itchy because her hand is ridiculously strong. So I'm curious to see how much of a fight this is going to really be.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, one thing that Kiri mentioned there is, again, because of the format, everybody's going to get ample time to rest. So each match should be as close to fresh as possible. Indy, what do you think about the match?
I think it's gonna be a great match. Every time I've played Kyrie, she's just getting stronger and stronger. And I love the idea of the MAC tables, the MAC rules, the MAC setup. I feel like we can just get what done with all these matches way faster. And I also love the tough point system and the rules and everything. I think it's great. I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you very much, Indy. Yeah, so the pace and the like Itty said, the pace of the format is really what we're going for. So, but at the same time, giving everybody that chance to rest. So let's move on to the middleweight matches. So Isabel, a little bit about yourself and what you think about the match.
I'm actually really excited. I don't have expectations. I'm just going fresh. I love the sport. It's my passion. I've been training pretty hard for it. So I've been on it for a year in the sports, but I want to give my best.
Awesome.
You will.
And Juliana, your thoughts?
I think it'll be a great match, honestly. Like, I'm really excited to be able to be on the back table again. It's one of my favorites. I obviously hope to win, like obviously, but it's gonna be a great match nonetheless. I've never gone up against her, so it's new opportunities, new opponent, and yeah, I think it'll be good.
Awesome. How long have you been playing?
About 3 years now.
3 years ago.
Okay, and then our heavyweight match is Tiffany versus Danica. So Tiffany, this is your first time on the MAC table, and I believe you're kind of new to the sport as well. So just a little bit about yourself and how you feel about the match.
So this will be my first time in this table, and I started in February. I did my first match. Then I went to provincials and I placed first. Yeah. On both?
Yeah.
First on both, and then I went to the national, and I placed second on that. And it's gonna be the first time. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. And Danica, how do you feel?
I feel good. Honestly, I'm excited for this match. It's gonna be great going against Tiffany. She is super strong and being new in the sport and already placing first at provincials and second at nationals. Like, that's amazing. So I'm really excited. I've been in the sport for 2 years, and I think this is a great opportunity. First time on a MAC table, so I'm super excited for that. And I think it's a great format as a team too, to be able to compete together. So I'm very proud of my teammates and who they are. So yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else or any questions anybody has for the girls? Anybody have anything they want to ask or anything that you ladies want to say as well?
I'm rooting for Toronto.
Yeah.
Let's go Montreal!
There you go. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, right? Is getting the team pride behind it, and hopefully that's the kind of energy that we have in the building tomorrow.
Give us a flex.
Yeah, flex off before we go.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much, ladies. All right, next I'm gonna discuss the men's format. So just give me 1 second to set up this screen here and get ourselves set, and then we will discuss the rules and the format for the men's.
Oh, you were first everywhere. You're always first everywhere. The whole team goal. Not in my lifetime. At the national?
Oh, all right.
It was like that one hard time.
Jason, do we need to speak in English?
If you can, but it's Montreal versus Quebec, so, and we're in Canada, so especially bilingual. I don't speak French, so somebody will have to translate, but whatever you guys are comfortable with. Okay. All right, guys.
There was
All right. All right, so, Matt, can you do that screen share? You.
No one even. You guys were going.
You might shut it.
Was my bad.
Who won against?
No.
I nearly had Kathy with my heart.
All right. All right, guys, so you should be able to see the men's scoreboard over here. So yeah, it looks very similar. The points are the same, but now we will discuss some of the differences here for the men's board. Sorry, just trying to get this full screen. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I can see everything. All right, guys, so the way this works, if we're looking at the scoreboard, so for the men's game, there is strategy in the sense that there's lineups and the men don't have to pull the same matches. So the managers, we have Mike Gould for Toronto and Christian Gilbert, our manager, is the manager of Montreal. And we're going to get to talk to them and meet them a little later, but the way it works is at the beginning of each round, so there's 4 rounds in the game, each round has 8 matches. The matches are always going to be the same every round. So it starts, if you're looking at the center column there, you see LL, LR. On the way down, that's lightweight left, lightweight right, middleweight left, middleweight right, heavyweight left, heavyweight right, super left, super right. So that match order is going to be the same every single round, but who pulls those matches is what's up to the manager. So there's 2 people in each weight class on each team, and the managers are going to pick who to fill the slots. So in the beginning of each round, there's going to be a 2-minute timer, which is going to start. And those 2 minutes is what the time that the managers have to pick who's going to pull those matches. So each team knows who the other team has, but they don't know who they're going to pick necessarily. So that's the first part of strategy. So I've pre-picked some matches here just based on who's on the teams. It's not exactly what's going to happen, but just again, an assumption. Okay, so once everybody's picked and we start the first match, there's a 30-second timer, and we'll see what the first matches are, and now we can see all the matches that have been selected for this round. Okay, so the next thing that we have is captains. So I'm just gonna pick captains here on my own. We're gonna assume that these were the 2 captains picked. So you see the names highlighted now. So the names highlighted are the captains. So every time that at the beginning of the game, the managers are going to pick their captain for their team. The point of the captain is that they earn an extra point every time they win. So you want to pick, the idea is the managers are going to pick the person they think should win the most matches for the game. Once the scoreboard is up and we see what the matches are, we see who the captains are, the next thing that comes into play are the fouls. So let's assume Toronto gets a foul and Gervais wins, and Montreal wins. So a win, only the winners get points. So a win is worth 5 points, and then the fouls offset the points. So if Cauz fouls and Gervais wins, he's going to get 6 points. If that went the other way, if Cauz fouled but Cauz won, he would end up with, well, because he's the captain, he gets the extra point. So that was maybe a bad example because now it's confusing. But let's give Gervais the foul and say that Gervais won. So instead of 6, he gets 4. So if he has the foul, he loses a point. If his opponent has a foul, he gains a point. Okay?
Total points are going to be visible on the screen as we progress through the day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So as the game progresses, you'll see the score next to the teams there 4 and 0. That'll continue to accumulate. So let's assume that's that match, and we move on to the next match now. The next match is Etienne versus Bryce. So let's just to keep balance here. Let's say that Bryce wins and there's no fouls, so it's a 5-point win. And then we move on to the next match. And let's say before this match, Christian is confident in this match. John is confident in this match. So they decide to call a gamble. Okay? So this is a gamble round, means that the points for this match are doubled. Sorry, there we go. So we're on this match. So John versus Blake, left-handed. John's confident, and let's say John gets a foul, but he ends up, sorry, I have 2 fouls. 1 foul and the win. So he ends up with 10 points. John is highlighted, so he's the captain, so he would have earned an extra point, but he lost a point because of the foul, and since it's double, he gets 10. Now, the gambles are a gamble. It's a risk for the teams to take. Because if they don't win the match, let's say the other team wins, they get double points. Okay, so the double points aren't just for who's gambling. You're basically waging those double points, and then if the other team wins, they get those double points that you waged. Now, you can also gamble a gamble. So let's say Tarian is super confident that he's going to win. He says, let's gamble. And then Blake goes, yeah, so am I. We're going to gamble too. So now both gambles, this means that the points are tripled. Okay, so this is the part of the game where we're going to start seeing strategy and point swings and who's willing, like, is it worth going for it or not? Because in this scenario, they both use their gambles. Each team, if you look at the top, sub, TO, GACH, those are the units that you have for the game. So each team only has 2 gambles, so they've each used 1 now. So let's say Blake ends up with the win, and there's his what is that, 18-point win, right? So that's a huge point swing. The next thing that we can have happen, so I'm going to skip ahead a few matches to Brendan here pulling a heavyweight match or a super heavyweight match. So if you see Brendan is listed as a heavyweight, but he's pulling a super heavyweight match here. So he gets a little green arrow, that's another extra point. Okay, so all these different strategies and point amendments are ways in which the teams can decide to exploit the strategy in arm wrestling as far as the way techniques work, the way fatigue is going to play in, and just basically trying to accumulate as many points as you can. The way the scoring works is the team with the highest score at the end of the game wins. Obviously, that's how all sports pretty much work. But one of the differences here is that we have a 100-point win threshold. So the first team that gets 100 points is the winning team. So this is going to force you guys also to try to be a little bit more aggressive going for points. There might be a situation where you're behind, but if you can get a big point swing, you can get ahead, or you feel like, you know what, let's just go for that big score now and try to end the game early. Yes, sir.
How many times can you repeat the gamble?
Each team only has 2 gambles for the whole game.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. You can pull up as much as you want. So there's no limit to the pulling out. That again comes down to fatigue, right? So good question.
Let's say, all right, one weight class. Let's say we have a middleweight for
Yeah.
1 point per weight class.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's 1 point per weight class. So let's say, so actually there we have Tarian, but this would have been a green word. Yeah, Tarian versus Rick would be 2 points if Tarian wins, or Cauz versus Bolzan, or not Bolzan, Cauz versus you, for example, that would be 2 points. So you get a point for every weight class you go up. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the way the gambles work is the way the gambles work is that the gambles are doubling or tripling the total point score. So if you pulled up a class and you got a flash pin and your opponent had 2 fouls, that's not a 9-point win. If that's also on a gamble, that's an 18-point win, right? So the gambles are a huge way to create the point swings. And with the 100-point threshold, especially in the 3rd and 4th quarter, that's when strategically, that's when they might make the most sense to try to secure a win by getting a big point swing in some way. Okay, so let me just double check that I haven't missed any of the point things here. So we got the fouls, we got the challenges. Okay, the last thing that can happen, and there isn't like an icon for this, but each round is the same. So there's 4 of all of these matches. There's 4 left-hand lightweight, 4 right-hand lightweight, so on and so forth. If a team secures all 4 of one division, so let's say Brendan wins all the heavyweight left-handed matches, then the team gets an extra 5 points for that shutout. So it's considered shutting out a division. A shutout is basically an extra base win of 5 points, right? So another strategy on how you might know, okay, we might not win too many of these right-handed matches here, but if we're smart, we're gonna win all the left-handed matches in this class, and that's gonna secure some of the losses that we got in other classes. All right, so again, the goal here is to exploit the fight aspect of arm wrestling, the fact that we know as arm wrestlers that these styles make matches and that's a good matchup and you're likely to win this one, you're unlikely to win that one. And because of that, the way that the managers approach trying to score the points should be teaching the audience that's watching all the fight aspect of arm wrestling.
So how does it work? Like if you want to put somebody against somebody, do you know what I mean? Like where does it start? Like,
Yeah, so it starts with you saying, okay, you're gonna like Brendan, for example, I want him to pull the super heavyweight left-handed matches regardless of who they put. So you put him in there, and then
so it's not necessarily who you want, right?
it won't necessarily be who
It'll
you
still
want.
be
The way to do that would be with a substitution. So once the matches are up,
Okay.
you can substitute. So let's say
How many substitutions do you get?
teams get 2 substitutions for the game,
Okay.
right? So they have to be strategic as well. The only rule for the substitution, they have to be called when the clock is not they have to be called when the clock is not running. So like if this match is over, let's say Brendan won this match and now we move on to the next match, the 30-second timer has started. The 30-second timer is for you guys to get to the table. If that timer has started, you can't substitute this match now. You have to call a timeout and then substitute the match. So you have to make a sub before the match starts. Okay, the way the subs are gonna work, the stage with the table, in front of the table, basically where this is gonna be the scorekeeps table. When, let's say, you want to sub, you come up to the scorekeeps table and go, hey, I'm going in next round. And then you stand by the scorekeep table and then I'll adjust it and you'll be subbed in for the next match. Does that make sense? Right? So the subs, you could tell me way ahead and you could be like in the beginning of the match, actually, you know what, we're gonna sub this round fine and I'll adjust it on the scoreboard. But ideally, it's going to be like a last-minute decision. You come up, you tell me you're subbing, I sub in for the next match. And you can respond. Let's say you see that they're gambling on a match. So let's say they decide to gamble on this match, and now you're like, oh, okay, we're going to sub. So they could gamble. You could then call a timeout and then sub, and now that might have screwed up their gamble. But they can't take their gamble back, right? So yeah, it's still a gamble. So it's all these little things that we want to do to instill excitement for the viewers because they're going to get to keep up with like what's happening and watch the game aspect of the arm wrestling. But in doing that, it should also expose the fight aspect of arm wrestling. Yes, Courtney.
Does the coach get to have 2 minutes at each match or 2 minutes just before all of the matches?
Yeah, so it's a 2-minute timer at the beginning of the round before all the matches. And then in between each match is only 30 seconds. Okay, and then in that 30 seconds, they can call a timeout and then they will get another 2 minutes. So the timeout for 2 minutes. So that could be a situation. Let's say Tyrion is pulling left-handed. Oh no, I had him pull right. So let's say Brendan pulled his left-handed match against Bullsand and it was a little harder than he wanted, but he still wants to pull Nathan for the extra point. And maybe he wants a little more rest. You can call a timeout, take an extra 2 minutes, rest your arm up, be like, and then go in and pull. So that's another strategy point of using the substitution or the timeouts, right? But again, each team only has 2 of everything for the game, so you want to be strategic with them. Okay, so that's the subs, the timeouts we covered, the gambles. The last thing is the challenges. Challenges are challenges. They're very simple.
Only the manager can tell the timeout.
Yeah, only the manager can call the timeout. Also, only the manager can argue with the refs. So in your setup, you're allowed to like say, hey, my knuckle or whatever, have a little discussion. But if you don't like a call or you feel like you got screwed on a call, you can't argue with the ref. The refs will have, so a team penalty is 1 point. If you don't make it to the table inside of the timer, that's 1 point penalty. The other penalty would be if the ref gives you a penalty for arguing. So he'll give you a warning. And then if you continue to argue, he'll say, sorry, whatever penalty. Because the point is if there's a dispute, we want the managers to deal with the refs. So if you feel that it was an unfair call, turn to your manager and be like, yo, and again, this is to create the same sort of energy that you see in other sports. I want that, baseball manager running up to the ref kind of energy as opposed to the players doing it, because that has an unprofessional feel, where when the manager does it, it gives it a much more professional feel. That's what we're trying to work with. Oh, hey, 1 second.
Appointed?
Okay, cool, no problem, I got it. I'm very.
Okay, yeah, and then the way the challenges work, so the challenges, you throw the challenge flag, and then we will review the footage and you get to challenge the most recent call. If the challenge is overturned, or sorry, if the challenge is, so the challenge is sustained, means that they're agreeing with your challenge and overturning the call, then that's fine, you just lose your challenge and move on. If the challenge is like, if you lose the challenge, so they say, no, sorry, that's the call is the call, you lose your challenge and you lose a timeout. Okay, so it's the same as football. Like if you lose a challenge in football, you lose a timeout. It's the same thing here. So we don't want the challenges just to be like, oh, I don't like it, let's do it. We want it to be like, no, that was a bad call. And the way it's going to work, the head ref is reffing. There's two head refs. We have Dave Knox and Craig Mitchell are two head refs. When one of them is not on the table, the one who's not on the table is going to be watching the feed, like right on the screen, like carefully. So that's a second set of eyes already on the feed watching what happened. If there's a dispute, just based on how everything's set up, all we're going to be able to do is rewatch that portion of the feed. So it's not like we have like special cameras to try to catch all the replays. So the replay is only going to be based off what we can get from the feed. That's just the limitation of the production at this point. So again, the challenges are meant to be like when you're really definitive, feel like you want to use them. I don't want them to be used kind of frivolously, and that's why you lose a timeout and why they're structured the way they are. Okay, that pretty much covers the format. Again, there's 4 rounds. The rounds are the same. Are there any questions about the format? I know we've gone over a few now. Okay, great. I know that maybe took a little longer than I wanted, but there's a lot to understand there. There's also going to be information cards that are coming up during the broadcast, so the commentators can kind of explain all that to everybody and keep everybody kind of up to date on how that all works. Okay, so the next thing I would like to do is bring up the managers, Christian and Mike Gould, and just talk to them quickly to see what they think about this format and structure, what kind of the game plans are, and then we'll go lightest to heaviest and just meet everybody that way. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are here with Mike Gould and Christian Gilbert, who are the managers of Toronto and Montreal. So part of the concept here, again, getting into team sports and trying to create a full roster, not only of athletes, but of positions and things for everybody to fill. One of the things that I really wanted to do was find a way to get legends like these guys who maybe aren't as competitive as they used to be, but still give them some way to really affect the sport and pass on their knowledge and make use of all the experience that they have. And there's no better way than managing or coaching a whole bunch of young athletes that are trying to aspire to excel in the sport. So that was the purpose of trying to find or putting in the managers in the format. And I went with Mike Gould for Toronto because it's Mike Gould, the Crusher. I mean, does anybody have an argument with that? Does anybody have a better choice? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, even Christian is like, I need you to sign Mike. So this is arm wrestling legend as far as Canada is concerned, and I'm so grateful and happy that he is a part of this. And he was a part of the first event as a puller, so I think it's a format that he does appreciate and enjoys being a part of, and I couldn't be happier to have him as a part of Toronto. So Mike, do you want to give us a little background, just what you feel about the league or what you're thinking strategy-wise, anything that you're feeling about it?
Yeah, well, just really love to see the evolution of the sport. I love what you're doing. I think the concept behind it all as a team, where everybody working as a team and you get to use different strategies and try to get a plan together. I just think it's really, really cool. And everybody's such strong pullers today, and I just think it's a great event. I'm real happy to be a part of it, and I know we have a winning team, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah. And Christian, the Bull Gilbert is also been around the sport for a long time. Definitely a legend and one of the one of the driving forces in Quebec and in Montreal for driving arm wrestling. And I can say from the group chat side of things, not that Toronto's been behind, but Montreal has been very active in the Montreal Pride and being ready to take on Toronto. And I think Christian is a big part of that. If anybody saw the post I posted the picture he put up of him on the airplane. I feel like he's coming in hot, ready to put out the smoke. So Christian, what do you feel about the concept? Just a little bit about yourself and what you feel about being here.
Yeah, exactly. In the plane, I just thinking all about that. But I'm very happy to be here and proud for doing things with this team. And I think we're gonna win, and it's gonna be the big word. It's gonna be the strategy.
Yeah.
Strategic. I think it's gonna be. We have to got a lot of meeting with my team and talk about that.
Yeah.
I think it's positive. We're gonna win.
Awesome.
Thanks.
No worries. I like that both sides think they're going to win, and strategy is. Thank you. Yeah. These guys around the applause. Strategy is definitely a big part of it. As I've been getting ready for this, I've obviously run a few games on the board and just try to see how things might go, if it goes this way or that way. Getting into the fourth quarter or the fourth round, a couple matches go this way or that way, and the scores were changing like crazy, and they were always competitive. So I am really excited to see how it goes tomorrow, and there will be a lot of strategy things. I know that after the game, what I'm hopeful for, and would expose express how maybe complete the format is that I know that people are gonna be like, should have done that. Oh, should have done that. Why did we do that? Why did we make that decision? We could have made that decision. And that is exactly what I'm hoping for. So I'm excited that you guys are both excited to be a part of it. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
Thanks for having us.
No worries. Thank you. Shake it off.
Thank you.
Guys. Thank you. All right, guys, I feel like we're getting a bit of a flow, and I apologize for all the technical issues in the beginning and the steam pouring off my head, but we are here now and we are good to go. So we are going to start with the lightweights and move our way up. So if I can get the lightweights that are here. So for Toronto, I should have Bryce and Alexander, and for Montreal, I should have Pascal Gervais and Etienne Roche. All right, so these are our 4 lightweights. They're all very accomplished. They're all very good pullers. And just so for anybody that doesn't know who's watching or who's here, the way that we came up with the teams was myself and Ian and talking to guys like Mike and Christian, kind of who are the best guys in Montreal or Quebec, who are the best guys in Ontario, try to find the biggest pool. So we got a pool of about 35 athletes, and then Mike and Christian picked in a draft format who they wanted for their teams. And these are the lightweights that were picked. So if we're again looking at the scoreboard, Alexander and Gervais and Bryce and Etienne, and it not necessarily those matches, it can be any combination of those 4 going against each other, obviously. So why don't we start with Toronto? Alex, what are you looking for as far as like your opponents? Who are you? What are you thinking strategy wise? How do you think you and Bryce are gonna work together as far as which arm might be dominant? That kind of stuff.
Thinking about the Bryce on the right arm, and I'm gonna dominate the left arm.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna, if I have to, I'm gonna have to pull up to help my team.
Yeah.
I'm here to kick some ass and take some names. Let's not hit that table. I'm taking everybody out.
All right, and Montreal, what do you guys think? Do you have a strategy? One arm, like is somebody going to dominate one arm or the other, or what do you guys think?
We're both ready for kicking ass also. All times already. Fighting for 0.
It's easy shouting out there, but we've been studying for our opponents, and I think we're ready and primed up. And I like to see them confident, but we'll all see that on table tomorrow. So.
Awesome. Do you guys have a preference of arm, either of you?
I think it's probably gonna go the same. We knew who's gonna be pulling left. We studied enough to know that, and I think we're prepared. We're gonna show that tomorrow. We're gonna take that on.
All right, I like that, keeping the cards close to the chest, that's awesome. Yeah, so it should be awesome, and these four guys are obviously the guys that can pull up the most, so they have the opportunity to make the most points by pulling up. So we'll see how any of that plays out. Thank you guys very much. Anything else anybody wants to say before you go?
Good.
Good to go? All right, thank you guys. All right, the next year we're gonna move on to the middleweights. So again, I think that Joseph, or actually I know Joseph isn't here right now, and he had an issue and wasn't able to make it to the press conference, but he will be here tomorrow, 100%. So we'll have John Terrian representing Montreal, and we've got Blake Bouillon and Jake Charles. And Jake Charles actually same situation as Joseph. He had an issue and wasn't able to make it to the press conference, but he will be here tomorrow. So it actually balances out 1-on-1.
Get over here over there, little guy. French guy, get over there. Hey. Way bigger than you.
Smash this guy.
All right, John wants to talk.
What's wrong with him? He's turning to Jason.
Well, he's close to the table monkey, so it's it can happen. Yeah. Blake, you are so real quick, the way that the format works, each team gets 3 people in each weight class, and then the managers pick 2 active athletes. So the 2 active athletes are the ones that are represented in the game. Once we're into a season format, the 3rd athlete will be part of the rotation, and that'll be a big strength thing. For this game, it was more just to make sure that we had everybody here. It's the first time. And anybody that knows arm wrestling events, or anybody like myself and Ian who have tried to host arm wrestling events, Alan probably knows as well, having a full card and getting a full card to actually be there at the event are 2 different things. So that was part of having the reserves. Blake is one of the reserves that got called in. So originally it was Jake Charles and Jamie Staken as the starters. Jamie had a family issue that kept him from being here this weekend, but Blake is totally ready and a great person to be stepping in. So, Blake, you want to give me a little background and just tell me what you're thinking about the game?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Jason. This is awesome once again. This is my 2nd time doing one of these tough events, and thank you.
Lift your mic up. Your arm's not strong enough.
Not strong enough? Yeah. Sorry, John, you'll see tomorrow. A little eyebrow ring's not gonna help you.
There's definitely friendly tension between these guys. I can feel it. I'm excited for this. So,
Yeah.
John, what are you thinking hand-wise? Are you feeling dominant one or the other? Are you going to be pulling both arms? What are you feeling for tomorrow?
I've been pulling world-class people, and because I lost to number 5th and 6th in the world, they think I'm a loser. But they are not 5th and 6th in the world, so they're all in trouble. All of them. You too, Mike. I'm coming forever.
Awesome. And both arms feeling good? You're gonna pull both arms? Yeah, awesome. And Blake, what about you? I know your right was a little had some injuries, but your left has been super dominant lately. So what are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good. My right hand's all healed up now. I had a little bit of a pinky injury, but it's not gonna stop me. Don't worry, John. I'll heal that for you, bud.
Pinky injury.
So you will be planning to pull both arms? You will be planning to pull both arms?
Both arms, let's go.
Awesome. That's great.
Coming for you, John.
All right, and the partners or the teammates for both these guys are also 2 very good pullers. So this is a very stacked middleweight class, and I wouldn't be surprised to see any of these guys pulling up as well. So it should be very exciting. You guys have anything else you want to say?
Good. I'm really excited for this. I think it's a very good game changer in the world of arm wrestling. It seems a little confusing at first, but once you get to see the game happening, I think it's going to be a killer. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I think one thing to remember is like football is probably the most complicated sport when you really break it down, but it's also the most popular. Like one of the big things I did between MAC 3 and this event in kind of restructuring the whole TAWF thing, one of the main things I did was really study NFL, NHL, MLB, and see how they're structured and how they do things. And yeah, the NFL, it blows everybody else out of the water as far as revenue goes, as far as views goes, as far as all that goes, and it's by far the most complicated sport. But if you watch the CP224 that we did yesterday, one of the announcers that'll be working with Auden tomorrow, Matt, made a really good point. He's like, you know, if you think about watching basketball can be really simple and like ball go and hoop. I'm entertained. You can watch it on that level. This is the same thing, man, pin, man, cool. But the second part of it, that you can actually get into it and figure out all the screens and the strategy in basketball is the same thing in arm wrestling, and hopefully that's what this is going to expose.
I do dare Toronto to put that gamble in that match if it happens.
What?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Gamble it. Not against you. Oh, that doesn't sound. I don't sound confident against him. Oh, all day.
All right.
Let's go right now, John.
All good?
Oh.
Peter's in the way.
That's a fantastic damn night here.
It's not even mine. All right, boys, all good? All right. Can't wait to see you guys pulling tomorrow. It's gonna be good.
Let's go.
All right, next we will move on to the heavyweights. Thank you, Joyce. So if I could get Alan Ford and Tyler Bolzan on this side, if I could get Curtis Cameron and BLM on this side. Yeah. So we obviously getting into the bigger boys here, and Alan, been around forever, probably like, yeah, but and not only that, you've been arm wrestling forever. Like the years of experience that this guy has are unbelievable, and I think that's going to be a big factor for the team as well, because not only do you have the manager who's supposed to have the experience, but the players are all obviously all working together too. So if Alan has any answers of how to beat either of these guys, it might be something that he might be able to help his team out with. So Alan, what are you thinking about as far as strategy and who you're looking to pull, and how do you feel about the whole day?
Well, I really want to pull Porcho. I've been waiting for that match for a while. I actually called you out not that long ago, and I think you didn't want to take it.
I had a
Here.
murder that you lost.
You're right, you did. It's true, and I could tell you all these excuses, the same reason why I lost the first match I had on this table. Now I have the intellect or the table IQ that I can pass on to my team. Some of them haven't been on this table. I think it's going to make a hell of a difference, and I'm really looking forward. This format is phenomenal. It's what arm wrestling is missing.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for putting this together. I hope it is nothing but like the sky's the limit with this, really, honestly. It's super exciting. And I'm not a team player. I'm in arm wrestling because I don't like to play a team, right? I don't like to have anybody else to blame for my loss. So this is a little bit different for me, but it's super exciting. Like it adds a whole nother layer, especially for the fans, being able to watch and cheer for their team, not necessarily one person. They don't need to know a person. They can get behind a team. And Toronto's a team you got to get behind. So.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna go back and forth. So Curtis, since he kind of called you out there, what are your feelings on the match or just on the game in general?
Yeah, Alan's been telling me how strong he is all day here, so I look forward to feeling that. No, but thanks for having me here, Jason. I'm really excited about this. This is the first time doing a team event for me. Obviously, I've been doing more super matches, traveling the world. I think I've had like 9 super matches in 9 months. So this is going to be a good reset for me. I'm glad this is here and this opportunity. I look forward to working with all the Quebec guys, even though I don't know how to speak French. I'm looking forward to kicking these guys' asses, and yeah, buddy. Hope you're ready.
The only thing you need to know is top after.
I think at bare minimum, I'm going to take a chunk of it, which is going to affect the rest of your game. Bare minimum.
You think I'm going to hook you, eh?
I don't care what you do. I'm going to fucking smash you.
Oh. You remember, he said it. He said it.
I love it. All right. And next we have Tyler Bolzan. And these two here are both left-hand dominant right now. BLM's had a bit of an injury, and Tyler just doesn't like his right hand at all. But left-handed, they are both extremely accomplished, extremely skilled, and extremely strong. So I know we're going to see some grueling matches between them left-handed. Tyler, how you feeling? What do you think? What are your expectations?
Yeah, I feel great.
Just go. Oh.
No, I feel great. I've been eating a ton, trying to get up, almost 240 pounds, bigger than I've ever been. I'm healthy. I know I'm on this level, so hopefully I can make a match. I mean, Courtesy beat me last time, Brennan. We haven't pulled 2014, 2015. For 10 years, I've been able to say I got the last win on him. So maybe that changes tomorrow. But I think I'm right with these guys. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Awesome.
And is that accurate, left and right? Like your right is you're going to be pulling more left. How's your right feeling?
Terrible.
Okay.
We got Alan.
That's not good.
Brendan, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Keeping my right nice and healthy, so you never know what'll happen. But my left arm right now, like, I mean, it's gonna take a real fucking good arm wrestler to beat me. I know you're really good. I just, I'm a warrior, and I hope you have that warrior spirit, because I'm not gonna be playing any games tomorrow. Anybody.
Well, you are playing a game.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna dominate.
Nobody is safe.
Nobody is safe. Buddy. And plus, I also have the knowledge. I've been playing this guy since I was a little boy. I know how to beat him at every single angle. I can probably beat his right now, to be honest. But I can coach this guy to beat him. I'm smart enough. I can use him to beat him if I have to. I will get it done.
You're gonna beat him?
Yeah. I'll get it done. It's gonna happen.
I love it.
Hey.
I love that, and I love just already that you can see with I love already how much you can see the guys thinking about the strategy of like if I can't beat you, or if I don't get a chance to pull you, I'm going to tell him how to beat you and how to pull you. And again, that's a huge part of this format. Not only for us as arm wrestlers, because it'll be exciting to watch, but to me, these are the kind of things that are going to get the non-arm wrestler to fall in love with this sport and see all the things that we love about it so much. Anything else you guys want to say before you go? No? Awesome. Excited to see you guys pull. Good.
We'll just let everything set on the table tomorrow.
That is where.
How strong you are. So strong. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I love it. All right, boys. All right. Last but not least, we will move on to the super heavyweights, the biggest of the bigs. So on Toronto, we have Nathan Leland and Rick Heibrecht.
Hey!
And for Montreal, we have Cauz and Matthew Luchot. Boys. So as I said earlier about the reserves, both these weight classes on both teams ended up activating a reserve. I believe they were both shoulder injuries. So Nathan is stepping in for Adam Wallace, and Matthew is stepping in for Justin Cleary. So there's actually, that's a big change for both teams. Adam Wallace is a much more dominant right-handed hook and top roll puller. Nathan is a much more dominant left-handed top roll puller. Matthew is a hook puller. Justin, I believe, is more of a presser. So the dynamic has changed for both teams, which I think is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Nathan, you want to start off? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you feel about tomorrow's match.
Sure. First off, thanks for having me here. This is my second TAWF event. Been a reserve puller both times. Wasn't on the team on the first go, but I had a front row seat. I gotta say, TAWF is probably the most exciting arm wrestling event that I've ever witnessed. So very happy to be part of it. I got about a month rest under my belt right now, so I'm feeling pretty good and just ready to go to work. Awesome.
First ever First Nation super heavyweight champion too, right there.
Yeah. Okay, and Matt, I'm going to go to you since you're the other reserve. What are you thinking and how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I know my left hand is strong, but my right is very, very strong. I've been training for this for a long time. I've been doing some PRs. I've been doing heavy lifting, and my PRs are out the roof.
I think it's a nice, thank you for having us, you know, it's a nice setup, it's a nice, arm wrestling federation, you know, it's, different than like matches or a normal competition. It's nice to have strategic, pulling and, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm ready to get the challenge done, and it's first time for me to pull on this table, but I'm ready for it. I'll do my best, and yeah.
Awesome, thank you very much. All right, and next we're gonna talk to Rick Heidenreich, who along with Alan is probably one of the most experienced guys on the rosters. He has been pulling for a long time, and he was also a part of the first TAWF event. So super happy to have him here again to be a part of TAWF. And Rick, how you feeling and what are you thinking?
Feel good. I'm excited to do this again. It's time last time. Made for some interesting matchups. I don't have to worry about Ian this time, so I feel like I'm good. Yeah, feel good. Awesome. Rested. Looking forward to it.
And what are you thinking? I mean, obviously, I know that Pork Chop over there has got his eye on you pulling up a class. Is that anything you're worried about, or?
Well, he's never beat me right. Not even close. So I mean, maybe I don't know what will happen, but maybe laughing.
All right. See, this is the thing. Even with the teams, we can still talk trash, which is great, right?
It's not talking trash. True.
All right, and last but not least, Pierre Cote. How you feeling? What are you thinking? Give me your feedback.
Yes. First of all, thank you, Jason, for the event. One thing I can tell you is that I didn't drove 13 hours in car to be here to lose. Nice. It's my third time, I think, we're in the back table route, and it's by far my favorite, and I've been able to beat Jan.
Yeah.
So, everywhere I go, I told everyone that I beat Jan. But yes, I'm gonna have the table talk tomorrow, and you don't have to be worried about Curtis, because I think I have a good match for you, Eric. Big respect for you, but I think it's my time.
Too.
Yeah, and again, now this is a big thing about the sport that I love, is the idea that styles make matches. I've been doing a lot of press and trying to get people into the sport. One of the things that I've talked about a lot that I want to talk about now is just that idea of hook, top roll, press, and that is a perfect example where styles can really make matches, and something that might be easy for Rick to do to Curtis might not be so easy to do against someone like Pierre, just because of the stature and the style differences, and vice versa. Something that might be easy for Curtis to do, somebody might not be for somebody else because of those styles and stuff. So that is one thing that we really, I'm really excited to see tomorrow, and really excited for, again, the non-arm wrestlers to learn that part of the sport and learn how to fall in love with that part of the sport. Thank you guys so much. Does anybody have any other questions before we go? Okay, this has taken a little longer than it was intended, so I'm going to call it here, and we will, for anybody that wants to know and go over the rules, we'll put the rules video on quick and then just discuss them so we can go over that. And then the last thing we have to do before all the athletes leave is I just got to organize the rides for tomorrow. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys, everybody that's watching. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, we'll see you guys all later. Thank you so much.
Very nice. Can we go eat that?
Thank you guys.
I'm gonna go over to Google. And then you get